Hey guys, Brian and PS4 Trophies. I'm going to show you the locations of all the key data hidden in the world of Watch Dogs 2. Now the first one here is actually story related, so I'm not going to really talk about it. So just finish the quest and you'll have this first of 24 key data. Well, give me a moment here just to let you know that you have to find all of them for the Researcher Trophy. They are tied to the skill tree. You have to unlock the skills using research points, but some of the skills are actually going to require key data. Now you have to get all 24 key data to unlock this trophy. You do not, however, need to purchase the skill using your research points. So here is the first one, and we're going to get two specific skills first after we get this one here. First one is going to be the speed boost in the remote control tree, and we're going to head over to Alcatraz. This is going to allow our jumper to speed boost much faster, and that's going to allow us to access certain areas with our jumper to get some of the key data in a few of the locations a little bit later in this video. So once you're inside Alcatraz, go up to the top floor, and then we're going to go head to a cell opposite of here. And we're going to find a little point where we can take out our jumper and we're going to send them in to collect the data for us. Now, a lot of these are going to require you to maneuver around enemies. Some of them are going to be kind of little puzzles. So it's not too difficult to find these, but we're going to use the jumper to get a lot of these. And you'll see. It's pretty fun to get these, actually. So there's the first one. So once you go in that little behind the wall there, just jump up to grab that one. Now the next one we're going to get is the enhanced spring in Palo Alto. This is going to allow us to improve the height of our jumper. Now those two skills, the speed boost for the jumper and the improved height, is going to allow us to reach areas to get some of the key data. Now for this one, we're going to find it right here in Palo Alto, and what we need to do is climb on top of this box here, drop our jumper, and then let him go into the little hole, access this little control box, so unlock it, and this is going to allow us to take our quadcopter and go up to the top of the building. So go back out, hit right on your D-pad, and then follow the blue line up to this point here, hit L1 to hack, and that is your Palo Alto key data. Next up, we're going to go to the Sutro Tower for the Expert RC Engineering. It's going to reduce the cool time of your jumper and your quadcopter. Now once you get to the Sutro Tower here, it's pretty easy. You can see the pickup location there on the map. And all you need to do is use your jumper to go into the little hole to pick it up. Simple. Now you can use your quadcopter when you enter the area and go into your net hack, hit R3, and to be able to scan the area, that'll reveal the location on your map. Next up, we're going to go to the Ferry building. This one's actually very easy. Just go to this location, take out your quadcopter, and go to the top of this building, top of the Ferry building here. So you don't have to unlock anything. This is just going to be right here. All you need to do is hack that with L1. And you can now purchase the remote gadgets skill if you want. The massive vehicle hack upgrade, you can get this in Chinatown. Again, remember, you got to get the key data and then you have to spend research points to actually unlock the skill. But you don't have to actually buy the skill in order to get the Researcher Trophy. So here in Chinatown, this is where we're going to use our boosting ability with our jumper as well as the increased jump height. First, we need to unlock this red box here. Now we're going to get up on top of this structure. I don't actually have to jump up here myself. My jumper would have made the jump. But we're going to get up here, drop our jumper, literally drop it. Now we're going to use our little speed boost. So we got a boost here. I think you'll hit L3 to do the boost. And then jump. And when with the enhanced jump, you press and hold it. And the longer you hold it, the higher it'll jump. So once you hack into this little area here, pick up the data. And now we're going to move over to the Yerba Buena Island. Now this is actually going to be, you're going to see this happen a lot in this video here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the location and I'm going to send the jumper in to hostile areas. So it's a restricted area, but I'm just going to use my jumper. I'm going to go speed in there, grab the data, and speed out. Now if they catch my jumper, it destroys it. It's no big deal. They still won't know where I'm at. Of course, you can use the jumper to distract enemies, so make sure you hit L1 to hack them. So there you go. Alright, so the chopper retreat exploit, which is a really cool skill. It'll allow you to force choppers to retreat. This is an SFMOMA. See the location here on the map. Now this one's actually kind of a little nifty. There's going to be a vehicle inside the blue container just ahead. You see it's on the second container up. What we need to do is hack the vehicle to move it out of there. So we're going to back it up. Once you've backed it up, you're now free to jump into the container and go around the back to find the data. Alright, so Botnet savings of personal devices. This is going to be in the Swan Leavitt Observatory. And this is down on the southern end of the map near Silicon Valley. Now this one, we're going to actually just kind of run in here. I can't send my jump. Maybe I could have. But there is a ladder we need to climb to the top of this structure here in the center of this area. L1 to distract him. I love the distract hack. It makes things a lot of fun. And we're going to go over here. It's actually, I thought it was that for a second, but right here, you can see the briefcase. Pick that up. Now, the Gang War. This is going to be in Elmhurst. The Gang War is actually a cool skill. Allows you to call in gang members. There's 3 levels to it. This third one here, obviously, we're going to get the strongest gang members. But this one, again, is a restricted area. So let's go ahead and send the jumper in and do the dirty work for us. I'm going to be careful of this little mutt here. So I'm going to just jump over. Come in here, grab this, and go. So it's really cool you can get all of these without even putting yourself in harm's way. So now we're going to head over to the Gates Houseboats. And this is going to be in the top of the map, right in the center. Alright, so this one was a little tricky here. There actually might be an easier way to do this. I don't know. I kind of hope there was. But what I did is I went over here and grabbed this pallet with the forklift. And wasn't very smooth with it. So what I did is after I picked it up, I came over here and made myself a little ladder between the forklift and the pallet that I picked up. So I come down here. We're going to have to use our jumper now. Jumper can go in through this door. And you're going to see there's a locked grate there that we have to get into. So you have to go through the hole and hack the red terminal here. So unlock this. Now once you've done this, it'll reveal the ability to get the key data. And then you can upgrade the massive system crash, which is another kind of cool skill. Again, remember, you don't actually have to purchase the skills in order to get the researcher trophy. Alright, so now we're going to head over to Jack London Square. This one is going to allow you to do turn off entire lights, the massive blackout in a pretty large area, which is kind of cool. So this one's going to be on the top of a building. And as you can see, it's a restricted area. I scouted it out with my quadcopter first, which revealed the location of the key data as well as all the enemies in the location. But once we're up here, you know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go hide and let my jumper do all the dirty work for us. And by the way, if I haven't said it yet, I love Watch Dogs 2, though. This is a very, very fun game. I mean, to be fair, I did love the first Watch Dogs as well. So take my opinion of this with a grain of salt. But, alright, once we get up here, it's in the middle building here. I'm just going to jump through the window here. Pick that up. And there we go. Off to New Dawn facility. If you haven't noticed, I'm doing all of these skills here, kind of going clockwise around the skill tree, if you hadn't noticed by this point. Alright, so once we're up at New Dawn facility, again, same thing, another restricted area here around this house. So we're going to just speed over, go to the pickup location, using the distract hack when needed. Let's go ahead and use it on this guy here. Keep him busy while we pick up the key data. So moving on, the Fort Point. Fort Point is actually at the southern edge of the Golden Gate Bridge. Now this one is actually going to be kind of lengthy. This is actually one of those hacking puzzles. So here's the start. So you're going to need to use your quadcopter for this. You know, you know how to do this. You've probably done several of these. And usually when I kind of go into these areas to record, I kind of plan out how I'm going to go and get the key data. This one I'm just kind of winging here and just decided, let's hit the record button. Let's see what happens. Thankfully, I didn't look too much like a noob. So basically, there's not any worry about having it. You just got to find all of these points kind of in order. A lot of the hacking in this game, the little mini game here, you got to unlock one thing to go to, let's say, the right path, and then you got to kind of go backtrack and redo your paths to unlock something on the left side and so on. This one is pretty straightforward, even though it looks more confusing than it actually really is. But I will say that I really enjoyed this hacking minigame in the game. I felt like it wasn't too much at any point. I felt like it was just kind of like the right pacing. You didn't have to do it every 3 minutes, which would have kind of gotten obnoxious. And some of them were pretty challenging, some difficulty to them, but nothing you couldn't figure out with enough trial and error. So as far as puzzles go, it was very well done. Okay, we got another one up top here. Again, just follow the lines. I don't know why it took me so long to unlock that one. I'm staring at it for a good 15 seconds there. Alright, so it looks like at this point I got them all, so we just have to go back. Switch to Marcus here. Unlock the door. Go ahead and pick up your key data. And you're going to have city hacking discounts now. It's not going to cost you as much botnet energy. So next up, Vista Point for expert tinkering. It's going to reduce cooldown time of explosive and electroshock devices. This is on the northern part of the map. This one is actually going to be on the exact opposite end of the Golden Gate Bridge and underneath it. Now we're going to have to use our jumper again, and we're going to use our little jumping ability to be able to jump higher and further, as well as do a little speed boost so we can get up over there. Now there's a little lip here. It can't climb anything, so you're going to have to jump onto this final piece of board here. Alright, so once we made it over here, it's pretty simple. Just follow the path up and around and then finally down. Drop down into the area where the key data is located. There we go, number 16. This is in Crystal Spring Dam. And this is going to get you the electroshock optimization skill if you want to burn the resource points on it. Again, you don't have to buy the actual skill. You just have to get the data for the skill. This one took me a little while. Eventually I figured it out. Basically what you need to do is use the crane, lift yourself onto the roof of this building right here. And once you're on this, and this is not pretty, I apologize. Once you're on here, there's an actual, you see the plywood here on the top of the roof. You can actually blow this open. So we're going to use an explosive device. If you don't have explosive devices for whatever reason, on that crane lift is a explosive barrel. Now I fell off the rooftop from the explosion, so I had to get back up. So this is a good 2 minutes later. Drop down into the building through the roof, and then you can see it over here in the corner. Next up, number 17, we're going to Lombard Street, the famous Lombard Street. This is actually just south of Lombard Street. And this one is actually really simple. All we're going to have to do from street level is take out our quadcopter and go up and hack the data, which is right underneath the decking here. So quick and easy for that one. Alright, so number 18, we're going to Galilei. If you want to carry 5 explosive devices at once, you're probably going to want the explosive optimization skill. This one is actually in an area that's pretty tricky. The enemies, as far as the enemies go, just because they have a heavily armored guy here. So I'm kind of just going to shortcut this here. And I'm going to use my distracting tool. Just tap L1 there. And distract as many people as I can, as I'm literally just kind of cheating this. Might be best if you wanted to just take out all the enemies in this area before you go over here. But this was just easier and quicker as far as filming for you. Once you get up top here, you got another one of these red boxes you need to unlock. Once we've done that, we're going to have to go fly up with our quadcopter to actually hack and grab the key data. But don't do it from here. Make sure you get out first. A lot of these areas, I left the enemies in there. I didn't want to clear out the enemies first. I wanted to kind of show you how it should go down. Now, the previous one, I actually did clear out the enemies. I didn't mention it, but there you go. There's the key data. We're going to head over to Kirby Cove. So if you like scoped weapons, you might want this skill. So again, another perfect opportunity for us to take our jumper, send them in, and grab the data. Again, once you grab the data, it doesn't matter if they find the jumper destroyed or whatever. At that point, you could just go run away. By the way, if you do pick any of these up and you yourself die immediately, don't worry, it's saved. You don't have to go back and get it again. Alright, so now we're going to the Nudle Park, the baseball stadium. And this one is actually a cool one. You have to use your jumper to get into kind of a little cubby hole. There's a blocked opening in front of a container. But we're going to use the jumper to navigate the entire way. Again, avoiding all confrontation and enemies. So just keep jumping. This is where the improved jump height is definitely coming into play for you. There you go. Back of that container. Pick up. Next, we're going to go to Coit Tower. This is actually south of the tower. It's actually not in the park area at all where the tower is. It's actually in the neighborhood just south of it. And it's another restricted area, so you know what that means. We're going to grab my all-time favorite device. And then just jump over the bushes here. Right in, grab that, jump out. Simple as that. Makes it much easier, guys, when you have the upgraded jumper. So now we're going to Cliff House. This one I actually cleared out the enemies first. I tried using my jumper. I should have left that clip into the video. It was pretty funny. Crap went wrong, I'll just tell you that. So I had to clear out the enemies. Up on the second level of this back deck here, in the corner is going to be the data. Alright, heading over to Prescott. Fast trigger finger. If you like pistols and you want to fire as fast as you can, this might be the skill for you. We're going to go over here. It's in the northern half of Oakland, northern part of Oakland, rather. And it's another restricted area, so you know what that means. Take out my best friend here. I probably should have used the distractibility, but figured I could just sweep in there real quick. Now the final one, Stanford University. This one, I was excited because this was going to be my final one. I was finally going to get the trophy down in Silicon Valley here, and it turns out to be a pretty lengthy puzzle. It's another one of those things like we did with the Golden Gate Bridge earlier with the wires. So this one is actually going to require a lot of flying around. It encompasses a pretty large area, this puzzle here. So we're going to go sit here. If I'd gone back around to the backside and jumped up to where my jumper is going right now, it would probably be a better place for me to sit down and hack. And this again is another one of those things where I'm just kind of filming it. This is my first, I didn't get the chance to kind of to work the puzzle out for you. So this is kind of a live shot of what happened. Well, you got to get your jumper down back in here. And the camera angle keeps moving around on me, so let me just open up my net hack. Here you go. Follow the blue wire. So you know how this goes. At this point, you might want to figure this puzzle out on your own, because I do recommend that. These puzzles are pretty, again, I mentioned earlier, pretty fun. Alright, so getting a lay of the land here, scoping it out. Start here. And we got to turn this piece here. Pretty self-explanatory. A lot of this is pretty self-explanatory as well. There are two vans here. One of them is moved right there, and then there's another point underneath this van. So you're going to have to hack the van and move it away. Forward or back, doesn't matter. The second van back over there, I'd actually moved that before even starting this puzzle, before I even knew that was a thing. So yeah, you're gonna have to move that one as well. Alright, so following the blue lines, where are we going here? We're going over to the next set of buildings over here to the right. This is very easy, just one simple turn. Again, just like the Golden Gate Bridge, you don't have to kind of do any backtracking. You don't have to reverse any actions that you've made, which makes this puzzle pretty easy. Now here's where it kind of got a little complicated for me, just because of the position of me. We have to go and hack some things up here, and as you can see, I'm losing the signal, so I'm not sitting in a good place. But I do have a couple things over there on the left side I forgot to get. So now at this point, I'm going to have to recall the quadcopter and find a better place to hack from. And this is a pretty lengthy puzzle, isn't it? Alright, so right here, where we sent the jumper in, is a good place to sit down. This will allow us access to the remaining points. At the top here, just kind of go around. Here's the, that's the last one we're going to unlock. That one we're good. So there we go. We just have to swing to this side of the building, go back up. Unlock this, unlock the one below, and then finally unlock the door itself. Alright, so now we got to get Marcus off his ass, and we're going to go jump, run around over here. Go inside of the room, pick up our final key data, pick up our trophy. It's a silver trophy. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you made it this far in the video, hit the like button. And if you are a trophy hunter like me, you should be subscribed, so do that as well. And we'll see you guys soon.